Entrepreneur Evan J. Thomas is not only an accomplished photographer, but he's also created Badass Productions. Here with more now is Evan J. Thomas. Welcome to Community Connection.
Thank you for having
me. All right,
me.
So tell me what Badass Productions is and how you started it and why.
Well, it started basically from art shows. I started doing art shows about 4 years ago, and it was basically from a failed art show that I did with another company. So I'm like, I want to do one of my own, and I know I could do it better. So what I did was I researched, brought artists on that I knew, brought a couple bands in that I knew, and it all started from there. I literally only thought it was going to be one show, and in 2 weeks we're going to have our 14th.
Wow.
So it's built pretty well in the past couple of years.
So it evolved from your photography business, but you do a lot of things. You're what I would call a Renaissance man. You have a lot of different interests. How did you parlay them all into this business? It
all started basically with my photography. I mean, I do sports, music, celebrities, so I kind of bring it all together anyway. And with my connections, that's how I all brought it together. And my love of music just kind of helped bring all that together as well.
And so what do you do when you are putting together a show? Do the artists reach out to you? Do you reach out to the festivals? How does it all come about?
All of that. So I research artists. I go on different websites and stuff like that. I also go to different shows. So I go around Chicagoland area and I recruit, is basically what I call it. I bring them into the show, talk to them, and then if they fit the mold, or really there is no mold, it's just more personality. You have to have like a cool personality to do it. So I don't like the stuffy kind of attitudes. I like the really outgoing type of people. So
that down to earth, or somebody that you find that you can relate to.
Exactly, somebody like me.
And so where are most of these shows?
I hold them all over the place. I've held them in Darien, Illinois, Rolling Meadows, Elmhurst, Glendale Heights. So I like moving them around. I don't like really being stationary. And especially with the music stuff that I do too, I don't like being sedentary with what I do.
So what drew you to the music aspect? Are you also a musician?
No, I'm a failed musician. I tried being a bass player for about 3 months and it didn't work, and I stuck with photography. I figured that was my calling, which it was, and I behind the camera from now on, basically.
How did you get into photography?
My dad actually is a photographer. He still is. He started with NASCAR, and he always had his camera on him, and he was always taking pictures, so I kind of learned from watching him.
And what do you like to shoot? I mean, you shoot a lot of different things.
I do. To ask me what my favorite is, I don't have one. Music and sports basically are my thing, so and I do both.
Now, we've had photographers on the show before, and they look through life a little differently. They look at life through that lens. How did growing up with that kind of shape your eye?
That's exactly what it is. It's through the lens. So I kind of see things that other people do not. And I see beauty in things that other people do not, like maybe a leaf on the ground, just out in the middle of nowhere by itself, stuff like that. And just trying to capture a moment is what I'm most look for.
And what do you shoot on?
Canon.
Okay.
Digital.
So I'm just curious now, because we have so many photographers that are shooting on their phones. Mm-hmm. Talk about that.
I basically use my phone for almost every photo except for my professional stuff. So if I'm out and about, I'm always using my cell phone camera. I hate to say it, but I do. But then when I do my professional gigs, I do my regular pro camera.
And what's the advantage to using your pro camera?
Speed. Captures motion much better than my phone. And being right up inside of somebody's face during a sporting event or on stage, it captures the moment that you need to get.
All right, so you need that shutter speed to be fast enough to actually get that image in that moment.
Exactly.
And then what happens after you take those pictures?
They just go into storage on my computer forever. No. I'll print out some of them. Some of them will go into my art show. Normally go on my website, some on social media.
All right. Do you do a lot of manipulating and digital, I don't know.
Editing?
Editing, yes, thank you.
Yes, I do. I don't do a lot, but I do enough. Like I don't overdo it, but I don't just leave it raw either.
Okay, and so Evan, you have a website too. It's Badass Productions 1.
Correct.
Why the 1?
Because Badass Productions was taken.
Okay, well there you go.
So I had to add the 1 just so it was still recognized as Badass Productions.
All right, well we wish you continued success. Thanks for telling your story today.
Appreciate it.